We understand that tackling a flooring project can be daunting to you. Most likely you're overwhelmed with the idea of having to completely fix your floors. But you know the effects that a dirty floor can have on your business, whether it be the workflow of your employees or the impression it leaves on your clients. You want your floors to be a reflection of you and how you do business. By the end of this video, I promise you'll be more at ease with the process and confident that your questions will be answered. My name is Chad. I'm the president of Concreate. Over my 22 years working with concrete, I've noticed that many of the questions that I've been asked have been the same. In this video, I will be answering some of the most common questions about concrete that you might have about your flooring project. When do you put on the finish? We get asked this a lot. So the reason that polished concrete is shiny is because of a progressively finer grinding process with diamond pads. Like a granite countertop, there is no topical sealer on there, no finish or wax, and that's one of the beauties of concrete, polished concrete, and also why it gets its durability. Is it stain proof? Will it stain? Well, the simple answer to this is yes. Polished concrete is an open, porous structure. It will stain, but we do apply sealers and impregnators that give you time to clean. So if you were to spill, everybody ask about red wine, probably not a problem. But if you were to spill hydraulic fluid or oil or those kind of things, what you want is to get it up quickly and efficiently so that it doesn't soak into the concrete. Is polished concrete and sealed concrete the same thing? No, they are not. Polished concrete is honed or polished to the finish that the customer desires, whether that's a shiny or a matte or gloss finish, depends on their desires. Sealed concrete, on the other hand, is concrete that has a topical film on it, something sitting on the surface. That film is what gives you both your stain resistance as well as your durability. On polished concrete, you're walking or driving directly on concrete itself. As with the sealed concrete, you're on top of that film. So however long the film lasts is how long your floor surface will look good. How long is the cure time? When will I be able to get back on my floor? We understand that production is a main part of your business, and we want to have you back in service as quickly as possible. One of the biggest advantages of polished concrete, other than its durability, is its return to service time. When we are doing polished concrete, as soon as we complete our last process, which is application of a guard typically, and we burnish that, you can immediately start using the floor. It does need to stay dry for 24 to 48 hours depending on the product that we use. However, you can be on it with forklift and foot traffic right away. That means you can start putting your furniture back and setting equipment. Do we do the whole thing at once? We would like to. The larger area we work in, the more efficient our work can be, and typically that means the less expensive it is for you. Whenever you take and divide a service area into smaller components, it extends the length of time we have to spend on the job. Plus, it creates more areas that we have to detail or blend areas in with one another, adding to the expense and the time to complete. So the larger area we can get is better for you and better for us. Is polished concrete environmentally friendly? So polished concrete is a VOC-free experience. The products we use are water-based for the most part. They are available in zero VOC and solvent-free, and they can also add to LEEDs credits because we're utilizing the existing floor. So yes, polished concrete is very safe and environmentally friendly. Is polished concrete slick or slippery? Most people assume that because the polished concrete floor is smooth, that it would thus be slippery. As long as the floor is clean, the floors are one of the safest hard surface flooring products you can use. Safer than ceramic tile, safer than coatings that don't have a traction additive. Polished concrete will meet or exceed both ADA and OSHA requirements for traction, making it one of the safest flooring products you can have. Where should I not use polished concrete? That's a great question. The main thing we tell people is we try to avoid areas that are highly likely to be stained or have acid exposure. For us, that means typically we don't recommend polished concrete in public restrooms due to the staining that occurs there and the fact that if a restroom becomes stained and looks dirty, the whole facility has the feeling of being dirty. We also don't recommend polished concrete in kitchens because of the animal fats and greases that would stain the surface. And most importantly, we don't recommend it anywhere where you're going to have exposure to acids, whether that's a battery storage facility or any other area like that. The acid will etch the surface of the concrete and destroy the finish of your polish. When do you want to do your polished concrete? We need to take a look together at your schedule to figure out what's the best time for our process. It's important that we would love to be involved in the actual specification of the concrete itself. Adjusting mix designs and the chemicals that are added to it can improve the performance of your polished concrete as well as the overall appearance. Once we get into the schedule portion of it, we want to be ahead of things that would take away from your finish, like lots of edging, or if we're going to be having other flooring finishes come up to it. The main part of our process is to make sure that we coordinate with your team to find the optimal time in your schedule for the processes that we are intending to do. Will the stains that are already in my concrete still be there? This one's a little bit more of a subjective question in that I can't really tell you for sure. We do remove the top surface of the concrete during the polishing process. And the deeper we cut, the more of these defects and stains we would remove. But concrete, being porous, does tend to pull stains deeper into the surface. Sometimes they will go away and sometimes they will not. The most important thing is that we identify each of these as existing conditions and then work together either using color or pattern or different types of cleaning agents to try and remove as much of it as possible. We know that with these questions answered, we can get down to the specific needs of your project. So schedule an appointment with us and take the first step in making the vision of a beautiful floor a reality. Welcome to the Concreate family.